Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to my space. Happy Wednesday. It's hump day here. Ooh, got some hairs that are a little out of control there. It's what happens when you've got naturally curly hair. It just kind of has a mind of its own, a life of its own, and you do what you do. So, today we are talking all about moon messages. So, we are a little bit outside of the window of the energy of the full moon and the eclipse. But you know what? I had no internet on Sunday. It would not work. And so here we are today. I had to, pivot, and you have to go with the flow because, things happen. We live in a human world and human things come up. And so anyway, we're here today. I believe that the message is equally as important and potent. And we want to be aware of what these moons are speaking to us. Hi, Kathleen. Welcome. Thank you for being here. And good morning for you and good afternoon for me. I appreciate that. If you're here, let me know where you're joining me from, and say hi. I like to know that. I see the numbers, and I like to have the comments, and know who's here. So this moon, this full moon in Scorpio, some say Scorpio, some say Taurus, I'm not positive, and the eclipse in Scorpio, I guess. So astrology confuses me sometimes. And so, I just know that it was really watery. I know that last week, hi, Carolyn, welcome. Last week was a challenge. It was, I was so enmeshed in my water, and there was so much water that I was having a really hard time finding my way to floating. And that is always what my goal is, and what we want our goal to be when we're in a lot of water, when we're in a very watery time, when we're in a very watery, sign or time astrologically, or just in a watery time in our life. We can have our own watery times independent of the astral cycles. And this one was very watery because it was a full moon, which is all about the water, right? The moon controls the tides, and we're mostly water. So the moon affects us greatly, whether we understand that or not, or whether we're feeling it or not, it does. And whenever we're in a very watery time, whether this is, energetically with the astro energy, or it's just personal, we want to find our way to floating. We want to find our way to being present and letting go of the need to hold on tightly, right? So I shared this last week, or I think Monday, with on my Practicality and Magic show with Christina Clinton. Which, if you haven't watched that, you guys go back and find that replay. It was a great conversation, and Christina has such insight into being intuitive and emotional intelligence. And it was it was a beautiful conversation with so many tidbits. So I really highly recommend it. Hi, Karen, welcome. Um, the thing that I kept seeing last week at the beginning of the week, and it was interesting because I was feeling the effects of it quite a bit before. So I was feeling it like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday were my biggest days of the water and the overwhelming water. And what the visual that I kept getting from, the moon and everything was, when you're in a jetty or a whirlpool or a tidal pool, something like that, our inclination is to move against it and to get out of it. All that does is fully plant us more firmly in it, right? Which has the opposite effect. So we want to actually let go and float. And the letting go, the tide brings us out, right? It allows us to find that opening to be out. So as I kept seeing that visual, and I kept working on it with myself, I also kept hearing this message that was, what if everything was perfect? What if you just allowed yourself to think that everything was perfect? Where you were was perfect. All the water you were in was perfect. What if it was just perfect? And I thought, wow, isn't that a way to look at it, right? Isn't that an interesting way to look at it, to go, maybe it is all perfect. Maybe what I'm experiencing is perfect. Maybe I need this immense amount of water, right? So that I will, maybe I need the immense amount of water so that I can clean and clear, right? Because that's what water does. Water cleans, it clears. It is ease and flow. When it isn't ease and flow, we're not in ease and flow, right? We are we're feeling too much. We're feeling overwhelmed. And water can very easily feel overwhelming, right? If you've ever had water come in your home, if you've ever had a flood of in any way, shape, or form, it feels overwhelming. It just feels like, oh, what do I do with all this water, right? I mean, I've had water things several times in my home. I've had a water heater burst and flood the family room. I've had window wells get congested and compacted with debris and water come in the basement. I've had lots of things happen, and it feels overwhelming. And initially, it feels like, how will I get this contained? But you just first have to get yourself to the space where you can deal with it, right? Where you can just do the physical steps that are required to deal with the water. You have to start getting the water up and out, right? Whether that means like using some type of a suction, rags, whatever it is, right? But we have to first bring ourselves to the space where we can go, okay, this is happening and this is how we deal. When we're too emotional, right? When the emotions have the best of us, we don't come to that space. We don't really land in that space and rest in that space of ease and flow where we can float with it, right? Where we're working with the water. And that's the key. We want to work with the water, not against. So we had a full moon, which is already a highly charged time emotionally, right? And then we had an eclipse, which the eclipse is all about chaos. That's what the eclipses do. They are chaotic. And we're practicing receiving the chaos and being in the presence of the chaos and welcoming the chaos, right? That's the divine feminine part of us. The knowing that life is going to be chaotic, that things are not always going to go the way that we've planned. We have excellent plans. We are good at planning. We've got all the details laid out and we know exactly how we want it to go. Then life happens, right? That's the chaos. Being in the chaos is super important. It is being with it, floating in amongst it, in the midst of it is essential. And that is the freedom. That is the ease. That is the flow. So the message of this moon is that kept coming to me with this chaos is, where am I adding to the chaos? Where am I making it more dramatic than it is? Where am I being the drama queen, right? Where am I perpetuating that story of chaos, perpetuating the story of the drama, rather than being the solution, right? Finding the solution, finding the ease, finding the flow, finding how I can work with the water, not against the water. So I pose that question to all of us, right? We've still got time, right? We're not out of this moon cycle. Like the heightened energy of the full moon and the eclipse were like the 3-4 days before, the 3-4 days after. We're right on the outskirts of that, but we're still in this full moon cycle, right? So whatever we want to release, whatever we're working on, however we went in deep and dark in that Scorpio energy, right? However we did that, that's still present. And we're going to be in that space of working on it until the new moon, right? So we've got a while. We've still got a while. We've got, we're not even a week in the full moon yet and the eclipse. So we've got some time. So my question that I'm going to, pose to everybody, that I'm encouraging all of us to sit with, is how am I adding to the drama? Right? So we can do this in two ways. We can ask the question, how am I adding to the drama? Or we can ask the question, how can I let go of the drama, right? So we can add to the drama with our thoughts, with our actions, with our words, right? That's how we can add to the drama. How can we release the drama would be more of the stillness, right? With the stillness. So the how am I adding to the drama is identifying the actions. That's the yang, right? And how can I be more in alignment with the chaos? Moving from the drama is more of a yin. And they both have components of each, right? So there's always some elements of yin in the yang, and there's always some elements of yang in the yin, right? We think that yin is complete stillness, complete, inactivity, and it actually isn't. It takes a concerted amount of action, of intention, of doing to be present, right? We have to, bring our focus to a specific place. That's action. It's just a very intentional action, right? It's not like overabundance of action, which sometimes yang can be. Yin can also be too much stillness. That can lead us to inactivity, which is not healthy either. So it's about finding the balance, but whatever feels good with that drama, right? So either where am I adding to the drama and coming, and it might be both, right? You might want to use both of these, because you might want to identify where your actions or your thoughts are contributing to the drama, and then say, how can I release this, right? How can I be more in stillness and presence rather than the drama? A little bit of drama is not bad, but when we are creating drama needlessly, it's never good. That never feels good. That makes us work against the water, because it creates more water, which is the opposite of what we want, right? Okay, so I'm going to look at some comments. If you guys want a card, we're going to pull cards about drama today. That's what our cards are going to be. How we can embrace the chaos, how we can find the ease and flow within the chaos, maybe how we can back off on the drama. So if you want a card, let me know. And if you know somebody who needs this message today about drama, about, being in the ease and flow of the chaos, share them, get them on here. Let's talk to them. Let's get them a card. Okay. So let me know if you would love a card. Tracy, I see that. Thank you. If you want a card. So I'm going to go back here and we're going to look at some of these. All right. So Kathleen says, she's from Las Vegas. A beautiful day, but it is a bit breezy, so we have some colder weather on the way. Oh, yeah, darn it. And I'm heading to Vegas on Friday. So I hope it's not too cold. I'm looking for some warmth. So I'm going to intend for some warmer weather. Well, might be colder for you in the norm, but it'll be warm for me, I bet. Hi, Karen, welcome. And hi, Stacy, welcome. Karen says, happy Thanksgiving. Yes, happy Thanksgiving to all of us here in the States. We're celebrating that tomorrow, right? So we're on prep probably. I had my Thanksgiving a week ago, Saturday. We decided we wanted to do that because we're going to be out of town on Friday, leaving town Friday. So we didn't want to have all those leftovers sitting in the fridge, unable to be enjoyed. So we had our Thanksgiving a week and a half ago, and tomorrow we're just going to cook together as a family some things that we love, and I'm so excited for it. It's just going to be a beautiful day. So happy Thanksgiving for those that celebrate. And Tracy says, I have just not had a big emotional or physical experience from the moon. Makes me question if I'm hearing the moon message. Tracy, we're all different, right? Some moons I am so highly sensitive to, and others it's barely a blip. And that's just personal, right? It's just personal. Where you are, how you're connected. So don't feel bad or like you're missing out on anything. But I am going to say, maybe look at it from the aspect of the drama, right? Or the chaos. Like if there has been a part of life that has felt chaotic, maybe not necessarily with water or connected to the moon, but that's how I would look at it. Stacy says it's been very emotional. Yep, very emotional. I appreciate you telling us that, Stacy. Kathleen says I'm a super planner, organized, and I always have plans A, B, and C, and sometimes all the way to K, expecting the chaos. I love that. I love that. So, and sometimes none of the plans work. Exactly. That's the point. We love, that's our human that wants to come in. That's our means of control, right? Plans A, B, X, Y, whatever, right? We've got it all figured out. And sometimes even the best laid plans go awry purposefully. It's to remind us that we are meant to be here and present and go with the flow, and to know how we need to adjust, how we need to sit back and be in floating mode, right? It's not always about the planning. Okay, so Carolyn says she would like a card. Okay, Tracy says she would like a card. Again, guys, if you want to share this with anybody, let them know. Lily, hi Lily, welcome. Drama. I love that. Lily says drama ? Yes, card please. I'm with you, Lily. Dana would like a card. I love that. Anne would like a card. And oh, Kathleen, wouldn't that be so amazing? Maybe we can arrange that. Maybe not on my way into Vegas, but on my travels back through, we could arrange that. I'll message you, and that would be so wonderful. Okay, so these are who I have down for cards: Carolyn, Tracy, Lily, Dana, and Anne. If anybody else, let's see. I think I've got some more. Yes. Dana, oh, she's warm in Hawaii. Oh, of course you are. Isn't it like always 70 in Hawaii? That's what I've heard. It's kind of like San Diego, but even more temperate. So I haven't been to Hawaii. I can't believe it. I've never been there. And it's interesting. I never, ever felt the urge. Like I've never felt the pull to Hawaii. My mom and dad went to Hawaii a ton. Their favorite cruises were to Hawaii. And they always said, like, you got to go, you got to go. And I've just never felt pulled. And then about 2 years ago, all of a sudden, I'm like, I need to go to Hawaii. I need to go to Hawaii. And then I met Lisa Gunshore, the Buddhist biohacker, and she lived in Maui, just took a trip to Maui. And I have just like, suddenly, I'm like, I need to go to Hawaii. I need to go to Hawaii. So I don't know when, don't know how, just leaving it, I've set the intention. I want to make it to Hawaii someday. I've let it go to the universe, and I trust it will come to me perfectly. Hi, Marcia. Welcome. And let's see. Yes, I agree, Kathleen. Thanksgiving should be spent any day you want with any foods, as long as it's with those you love. I agree wholeheartedly. And I'm very much about that. Like, the actual day isn't what's as important to me as the essence of it. So whether that's me doing something for my birthday that's not on the actual birthday, celebrating the actual holiday, not on right on the holiday, none of that matters to me. It's the energy that we bring and the essence. So I appreciate that, Kathleen. And Marcia, welcome. I've got you down. Marcia would like a card. And Kathleen says, her son works in a very chaotic job, can't share. Oh, so you want a message for him. All right. So Kathleen, I will put that is for you, but the card is for your son. Perfect. And Karen would love a card. Thank you, Karen. Yes. Kathleen says we're all jelly of Dana. Isn't that the truth? Always. Dana says always 75 to 80. Oh, that's like heaven. Oh, Dana, the door's open. You know, you guys are always welcome. Thank you. I'm going to hit you up, Dana. Where are you at? So, because I think I think the universe is orchestrating this so that I have contacts on several of the islands, which is so perfect because that means I can experience it all, right? I'm not just held to one place. So I love that. All right, let's get started with some cards. Carolyn, sorry, my hands are cold, so I'm warming them up. And Carolyn, we are going to pull for you from the Wisdom of Avalon deck. Okay, this is this card. This deck is just calling. It's calling to me. Oh, perfect. Dana's on the Big Island, and that's different. I've got someone in Maui. I've got you on the Big Island. I've got someone in Oahu. So I think I've got 3 covered. Now I need Kauai. And what am I missing? Am I missing? Are there 4? So I'm missing Kauai now. I just need 1 to round it out. And I'll bet you the way that it'll work is once Kauai is rounded out, the trip will come into being, right? The opportunity, the way, all of that. So I would really love to come over there and work. That would be my, I would love to have like a combo trip where I'm working and I'm playing, and that would be so wonderful. Oh my gosh, Kathleen, have to share something that just happened. I'm cutting flowers that I got at the store to make a few bouquets. I just found a tiny white feather on one. Wow, you can't make that up. That is so cool. And such a message, right? Such a hello from your spiritual team or someone that is close. It feels like it's your mom, Kathleen, so I don't know. Oh, 4s, Lily says 4s are about relationships and balance. Interesting. Okay. So maybe that's going to be, my husband and I are celebrating our 30th anniversary in January. And we've got a couple things planned, but maybe Hawaii is part of this 30th, 30th year. Oh, and I just realized we're celebrating our 30th anniversary, but then later, like in the summer, it'll be our 31st anniversary of our first date, which is a 4. So I love that. So maybe. So thank you. I love when you guys help me with the numerology stuff because, I know some things, but none of that stuff sticks in my brain. It's not meant to. The numerology, the astrology, I always have to look it up and it's always fresh and new. But I love that. And my guides have told me it's because that way I'm not planning everything or trying to control it. I'm just allowing it to naturally happen. So I don't know. That's what they've told me. We'll go with that. Okay, Carolyn. It's so funny. You can't make this stuff up. So I was going to say, Carolyn, I'm using this deck because this is my deck when I need magic. Like when I need magic stuff, this is a deck I always go to. So guess what card I pulled? The most magical card in the deck, Merlin. Merlin. So this is always about balance. Do you see the word on there, Carolyn? Balance and alchemy. So you really can't make this shit up because Carol and I had a conversation earlier today. She booked a one-on-one. I was doing sacred self-serving hours for my customer appreciation this month of November. And so first of all, I have to say thank you to everybody that booked with me. I loved it. I love connecting with you. This really is soul nourishment for me. And I finished my last one earlier before I got on this call. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to do those again. So look for them the month of December. Okay. So if you are not on my email list, go get on my email list. So you have to do a double opt-in, but then you'll get notice of when I'm going to be doing these, and they're free. It's just wonderful. It's time for us to connect, for me to get insight, you to ask questions, whatever. But Carolyn a lot of the messages were about balance and boundaries, right? Boundaries are in essence balance, right? Because when we need to bring in a boundary, it's because we're out of balance in some way. We're not allowing it. So this card just reaffirms all that. And this is about your magical self, Carolyn, that has been, coming through in all the work that you've been doing with your magical self and finding the balance there. So that pause that we talked about, this is reaffirming it. Wow. Can't make this stuff up. And isn't it such a gorgeous card? All the blue. I just love it. Love it. So I hope that makes sense, Carolyn. Thank you so much. Okay, Tracy. Tracy. We're using the same deck for you today, Tracy. Oh, and Kathleen says she's tearing up. Yeah. What a beautiful message. And things like that, like you can't make that stuff up, guys, right? You just cannot make it up. So our loved ones are going to reach out to us and connect with us in whatever way they can. If it's a flower in a random bouquet that you buy at the store, if it's a song you hear on the radio, if it's you're somewhere and you hear then somebody saying the name of the loved one that you're thinking about, it's just going to come however, through an actual connection with a medium, however it is. That's how it's going to happen. So, okay, Tracy says, bring it. I'm bringing it, Tracy. Let's see. Tracy, I keep seeing the number 6 and the number 8. Do those mean anything to you? And they feel maybe connected to your mom or a grandma, like a mother figure. So if your grandma was a mother figure, then that would make sense. But a 6 and an 8, so that would be like June or August, or the 6th of a month or the 8th of a month. So you can let me know about that. That was just coming in as I was shuffling. And your card is restriction. Okay. So how this goes with drama. Okay. Oh, I have to say one thing, Carolyn. Sorry, I didn't say this. That with the drama with your card, like we can almost get not addicted, but we can get really used to all the work that we do and the insights that come and the downloads. And it's like, we need them, right? And this is saying, let go of that need to have that. Just give yourself the pause that we talked about and the space and the boundary to just let it all assimilate, right? Knowing that you're still fully connected, right? You're not missing out on anything. We don't want to be in that lack consciousness of feeling like if we're not doing it always, we're not connected, because that's not true. Needed a drink. Sorry, guys, lots of talking. Okay. Tracy, restriction. This is what I'm going to say. I don't know what this card says in the book. I'm not going with the book. I'm going with what's coming through for you. Hold on. This is a 5. Okay. So the green, immediately before I even turned it over, I was feeling your heart chakra. So the green is all about the heart chakra. Okay. So it feels like, where can you pull your energy back into the heart space, into your heart center, and nourish yourself? You're so into nourishing everyone else right now and doing so much for everybody else that it's time for you to take care of you. Okay. It's time for you to really, really nourish yourself on a deep level. And I feel like that's part of what the moon was about. Like, you've done so much work on yourself and for others that it's time for you to be like, do you see all the nourishment in these plants over here, and just like how lush it feels and beautiful? The path, it's a clear path. It's time for you to go back within so that you can get that clarity that you're seeking. You want the clarity, but you're not finding it because you're just giving too much of your heart. And that's a hard thing for us to do, not give as much with our heart, but that's what I'm feeling. So Tracy, let me know if that makes sense. And your friend, is it Kalai? Okay, I would love to pull a card. Thank you, Karen. So I've got her on the list. All right, now we've got Lily. Lily, I'm going to use the map deck for you today. That's what I'm feeling. How's everybody doing with all the prep for Thanksgiving? Are you feeling behind, ahead, right, perfect. You know, that's one of the things that I don't like about these holidays. We put so much pressure on ourselves, right? It's got to be perfect. It's got to be this. It's got to be that. And, you know, I feel like we need to just be and let it be what it wants to be and meet ourselves where we're at. Okay, so Lily, the card for you and the drama, right, is wide open. So where are you not, you know, opening to insight or guidance or connection about the drama and about all the emotions? Where are you not seeing into this quiet space is what I'm feeling. Like, where are you not open enough to feel into that? And this feels like a story, like the story about the drama. Where can you kind of soften that and maybe rewrite it so that it's not so dramatic? That's what I'm feeling. But open to the possibilities of rewriting it is what it feels like. Okay. So that's what I'm feeling for that, Lily. I hope that makes sense. Dana, we're going to do the map deck for you too as well. So again, all about the drama. Dana, I keep seeing a 10 around you. So where's the 10 in your life? In something with October or the 10th of a month or the year 10, something like that. 10 years, something, 10 months, something, Dana. Okay. Oof. I love this. So Dana, this card might be connected to something that happened 10 years ago. Okay. So, when we live in the past, okay, so this is drama around something that I feel like is connected to 10. So this could be something that happened this last October, happened 10 weeks ago, 10 months ago, 10 years ago, whatever, wherever the 10 fits for you, Dana, with a situation. And what this card is talking about is we can't be fully present. So we're perpetuating drama or recreating drama when we're either living in the past of a situation or worrying about the future of it. Okay. So can you see in this card how like everything's muted and things aren't super clear? Like you have to look at it really hard to make things out. That's because when we're living in the ghost lands, which is the name of this card, ghost lands, when we're living in the past or you know, we're not in the present, when we're either in the past or the future, nothing is clear. It's all kind of hazy and misty and weird, right? Because we're not present. So when we can come present and move from that space, that's where we can really find our power. And we're out of the drama and we're allowing the chaos to really work in our benefit, right? We're friends with the chaos. We're working with the chaos instead of against the chaos, like we were talking earlier about working against the water, right? We don't want to do that. So I hope that makes sense, Dana. Thank you. All right, Tracy said, let's see. Snap, I had a giant moose come to me in a dream wanting to help a few nights ago and I couldn't engage. I was too frightened as he or she was huge. Today I saw her again and she went straight. Oh my gosh. For my heart, chewing and nourishing, consuming what no longer serves me. Oh, Tracy. Oh, I've got goosebumps head to toe and that makes me so emotional. Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. She says, I will look more deeply at this as I've been doing a lot of heart work for others. Thank you. So that moose was bringing you nourishment. Did you look up moose? Did you look up the moose totem? Because I feel like there's a lot there. Okay. Okay. So Rena would like a reading and I would love to do that. The reading will be about the drama. And if something else comes up, Rena, I will let you know. All right. Wow. I need a moment. Oh, so beautiful. Okay. So Anne, hi Anne, welcome. Okay, so Anne, we're going to use the Avalon deck for you. And so this is about, you know, drama and welcoming the chaos, embracing the chaos, not pushing it away, not resisting it. Because guys, what's the rule? That which we resist persists, right? So if we don't want it to persist, we don't want to resist it. So we want to relax, let go, float, do as much as we can. All righty. All right. Okay. Oh, I also want to just let everybody know about products if anybody is wanting to order anything. Also, there are some product recommendations coming in that I'm just going to share. Tracy, I don't know if you have my peace blend, but that keeps coming to me like crazy. That's very much for your heart center and for just like lightening grief, lessening grief. We can have a lot of grief because we don't take care of ourselves, right? Because we so much take care of everybody else because we know we can, and that's kind of the mode we've been in. So peace is really good, Tracy. And let's see. Lily, two are coming in, so I'm figuring out which one is best. Sorry, I'm landing. Soothe. Soothe, Lily, is what's coming through. Feels like your nervous system, your parasympathetic nervous system is just on edge lately. I'm not sure why. This feels like something new. And it's about the lime and the black pepper and the soothe and the combination of them with the other oils is really good. But I'm saying that because I just got the reminder that if you guys if you want anything, if you want to order anything, I'm not going to be doing any mailings from tomorrow, which is the 24th. No, today's the 24th. From the 25th through the 4th of December. So mailings will be on hold. So if you want anything, I can get it out today. Let me know. All right. So we are with Anne and drama. How can we either loosen our grip on drama or let go of it or just make friends with it and find the yin in it? So this is the cow. Oh, what a beautiful card. So whenever I see the cow, this is like the cow is mother energy to me. It's always about mothering and nourishing and gentle and kind. And so, Anne, the message is like similar to what I said with Tracy about giving to everybody else and not yourself. It's time for you to nourish yourself. Okay. It's time for you to give back to you and to give your heart some peace and some love and some nourishment. And I know that this is kind of weird and, not weird, but it's all weird, but I keep seeing you surrounded with Mother Mary. So I don't know if maybe you can just put on a meditation or even just like a spoken rosary in the background, not for you to necessarily do, but for you just to hear. The Mary energy, Mother Mary energy feels really needed for you right now because of the compassion and the self-love, the kindness of self, the gentleness. So that story of I don't have time for me, or that's what feels like it's coming up, like a story of I don't have time for me. If you could just open up to that would be great. So thank you. Thank you. And I hope that makes sense. Okay. Okay. Marcia, let's see. And there is a lot that the totem about the moose, there's a lot there, but it is all so incredible, right? So incredible. And oh, I didn't mean to do that one. Thank you. Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate that. I need to hide it. Okay. Okay. And yeah, Kathleen, just let me know. I know you're organized and have lots of lists. I'm the same way. I have lists all over my house of different things, but I know where all the lists are. That's the important things. I know where the list is for this specific thing so I can find them. Oh, thank you, Marianne, and welcome. So happy to have you here, Marianne. If you'd like a card, let me know. And hi, Anita. Welcome. And Anne says, thank you. Thank you, Anne. I hope that helps. So, okay. So Marianne and Anita, if you guys want to message, get on my list. I've got a little bit more time. We're pulling for Marcia right now. So Marcia, I keep seeing the initial N, like November. So it could be, and I'm actually seeing an 11. So is November a big month for you and your family? Are you in some way? And the 11, I'm just feeling like that connection. So it just feels like a validation. Okay, Marianne, I'm putting you on the list. And Anita. Okay. The Earth Fairy. Okay, so Marcia, this feels very much about like the number 11 is very a number about connection, right? And connection to our highest self, to your spiritual team, right? That's what the 11 is about. It's all about grounding. So Marcia's saying just Thanksgiving. Marcia, there's an 11 somewhere with your family, either some important event in November. So that could be a birthday of somebody, an anniversary of a wedding or a passing, or the 11th of a month is significant because I just keep feeling that. But what I'm feeling, Marcia, is it's important for you to get grounded. It's time to get really embodied. And this has to come in a new way. So as crazy as this feels, I'm feeling water connected to it. So a bath, a foot soak, something like that will really help you to be embodied and to get that connection that you need and are really, it's really important right now for whatever's going on with you and like the family at large. Feels like the embodiment is needed so that you can make sure that communication is coming from a place of embodiment. So I don't know if you can validate that, Marcia, with the 11, but it's so clear, like it is coming through so strongly that there's an 11 connected. So I would love if you could validate that. And Les, nope, sorry. Les, hi, Les, welcome. Okay, so you understand the grounding, Marcia, thank you. What about the 11? The 11th of a month. It might not be November, but it's the 11th of a month. Okay. Okay, think about the 11. I appreciate that, Marcia. She says she'll think about it. Okay, so Kathleen, which this is a card for your son for, and this was about the chaotic job, I believe. Let me go back up and see what Kathleen said. He works in a chaotic job. What message could be for him? Okay, so this is for him and the chaotic job. Ooh, look at what Kathleen just posted. Read up about moose in general, not necessarily about the totem, just in general. The moms are very protective of their babies. Very cool animals and actually bigger than you think in person. Ooh, I love that. Okay. Oh, his job will always be chaos. That's the job. Okay. So just a card to help to give him some insight into the chaos. I feel like he is not grounded at all, Kathleen, and he needs to work on being embodied. He's very much up here. He lives from the neck up, and which just adds to the chaos because he's constantly trying to figure stuff out from the space of air, which is not grounded, right? It's not embodied. So he needs to drop from here down in. So I would recommend some meditations, some visualizations, some grounding exercises, whatever. Oh, this card just fell out for Kathleen's son. Okay, so Golden Palace. I love this. So this is a card that is all about abundance and prosperity. Okay, but the important part of this is that we do not manifest anything, whether it's more peace, whether it's stability, whether it's people, potential friends, money, whatever it is. We do not manifest any of that from the space of our head and from our thoughts. Okay. So he has to manifest calm in the chaos from within him. That's the only way it's ever going to work. It's not possible anywhere else. That's how we manifest, by the connection, by connecting the feeling and the thought. So he has to feel calm, and then he'll find the calm in the chaos. He can't let go of drama if he's still perpetuating the drama. Does this make sense, Kathleen? He needs to be grounded. He is so ungrounded. It's like an untethered balloon is what I feel his energy. Okay. So pass that along to him. And the thing that I love is, look at how beautiful that gold is. And it's got the moon. It's got all of the nourishment in the vegetation. Okay. So whatever you can do to help him ground. My earth blend would be so perfect for him. So perfect. Actually, my earth and the air, because they'll work together. The earth will help him drop from the space of the thinking and the thoughts, always, being in control, drop him from that space down into his body. And then the air will help the thoughts to be more of a light, non-chaotic nature. So we want light, fluffy thoughts, like summer thoughts. Okay. I love that. So wonderful. Oh, hi, Denise. Welcome. Good to see you. Okay, guys. So let's see. I put Les on there. We're going to pull one for Karen. Karen, I'm using the map. Sacred pool. Okay, so this with the drama. The sacred pool says that we are all connected, and that, what you believe is a reflection of what you're seeing. Right? So when you look in the sacred pool, Karen, do you see you for the beautiful being of light that you are? What story are you telling yourself? Where's the drama in that, right? Where are you creating the drama? Don't do that. Let go of the drama. Okay? See yourself as a sacred person that you are. Okay, Karen. Your friend Kalai, I believe, is the name. So we're using the Avalon deck, and that one is the Hawk. So to me, this says, Hawk is all about messages and noticing messages. So what are you not seeing? Where is the simplicity in life that you're not noticing? Okay. Where are the avenues away from the drama and the chaos into the simplicity of the chaos? Because guys, there's two chaoses, right? There's the divine feminine, purposeful chaos, and then there's the drama-filled chaos, right? One serves us well, one does not. One very rarely serves us, if ever. Okay? So, where can you open yourselves to the divine chaos and letting go of the drama? Where are you not seeing the simple ways, the messages that are aligning to show you the simple path that's before you? Okay? All right, Rena. Rena, I'm going to pull the card, and it's going to be about drama. If anything comes in that you were asking, I will let you know. Okay? So I keep feeling May and June. So I don't know if the moving that you were asking about, let me see. About family and new house shifting. So I don't know if May or June is connected to the new house, the shifting there, the movement there, but that's what I'm feeling. So that feels like a very favorable time. Okay, so that's the message on that. And then this is focus. And the thing that I'm feeling is your fire is out of control. The element of fire within you is burning so much right now. It is so bright, so present, so huge. Sorry for that, guys. That it is not, it's not letting you focus. It's pulling you everywhere. And that's what fire energy does. It takes our focus so that we can't focus, so that we're not grounded in the space of our personal power. And the decisions that need to be made about your family, about the new home possibility, have to come from your space of personal power in order for them to be in your highest good. So whatever you can do to bring the focus, get in nature, Salt, take a nice salt bath in my naked salts, a foot soak. You can even put them in the bottom of a shower. Doesn't matter. You've got to balance that fire energy. And the best way to balance the fire energy is to, my fire blend does that. My blends, my elemental blends, they help balance themselves. So a wonderful way to balance that too much fire is to bring in more fire through my fire blend, and then ground yourself. Okay, so it's time to get grounded. Serena, I hope that helped. Okay, Marianne, we're using the map, sorry, I said map and I meant Avalon. We are using the Avalon deck. And Marianne, I keep seeing the number 13. And it's interesting because I saw the number 13 and then I saw January. So I don't know what that means to you. I don't know if you consider like there's 13 months in the year. That sounds wackadoodle. Marianne. But I am leaving that message there for you. I don't know if there's like if it feels like there's 13 months, or January is like the 13th, the continuation of 2021. I don't know, but that's what it feels like. January is somehow going to be a continuation for you. Okay. And the card that I pulled is disruption. So, Marianne says she's a wackadoodle. The best wackadoodle I know. We're all wackadoodle, right, in our own way. So this card that's coming up, and it's all water. Do you see all that water? And that's what we were talking about at the beginning of this call. The overwhelming amount of water. We want to work with the water, not against the water. So where can you work with the water, Marianne? Where can you work with it and allow yourself to get out of the space of drama and chaos? Even that perpetual thought of it's chaos or it's dramatic feeds it, right? That's working against it. We want to say, okay, I know how to flow beautifully with this chaos. I know how to work with drama. I know how to do this. We want to feed ourselves those intentions. So with this disruption that's coming, and that it feels like it's actually already here and it isn't quite at the crescendo yet. So the more that you can write it, Marianne, and be in flow, the better. I hope that makes sense. And what was up with that 13 and the 13 months? I don't know. So maybe in 13 months, I don't know. Anita. Okay. All righty. Anita, we're going to pull a map card for you. Oh, okay. Thank you, Marianne. I'm glad. And does the 13 make sense? I hate to keep asking, but you guys, I see these wacky things and I'm like, what is this? What could it possibly be? And so if I can get validation, and it helps me to trust it the next time or when it comes in again. So I love that. So that I don't feel quite so wackadoodle when these weird things come. Anyway, okay. Thank you, Marianne. I appreciate it. Very much. Okay, so we are on Anita. I'm using the map deck, Anita, and this one is listening. Oof. Second time today I've pulled this card. I love it. So this says, now is the time to listen. That's what this card is about. But for me, Anita, what I'm feeling for you is you're having a hard time hearing, okay? Because that's a big part of listening, because there's so much internal noise. Like your brain is on overload right now, and there's also a lot of emotional noise. So where can you kind of pull it all in, pull all that energy in and get quiet, okay? And get quiet and just hear what needs to be heard. You're hearing a lot, but not necessarily the things that are the most important for you to hear right now. Okay. So I hope that helps, Anita. And Kathleen says, maybe I was picking up on her dad. 13 was his number, always comes up, and his birthday was in January. Could be a Cledon, right? Marianne validated that it makes sense, but there are always Cledons, guys. Don't forget that. If I'm giving a message to somebody else specifically and something resonates with you, claim it, right? Claim it, because we get messages all the time from our loved ones through other people's messages, right? There's I could be here all day giving messages to everybody individually about everything that wants to come through. So that's a way to get messages. So I would, his grandfather clock rings 13 times. Okay. So, yep, Kathleen, take that message. So there's also something in that message with the disruption for Marianne that was for you as well. You might want to go back and listen to that again. So, Anita, your mind is always on. Okay, so where can you quiet it, right? I'm not talking stop it. I'm not talking empty space. That's something that is elusive for some of us. And I don't even know that needs to be our intent or our goal. Our goal can just be quiet, right? Because when we have quiet, there's space. We want the space in between the notes, right? Where we can see and know like what we need to hear, right? Otherwise, it's just all noise. It's just a lot. Okay. All right. So I did Anita, and I'll do Leslie. That's our last one. The hawk again, right? So let's see. I did Anita, right? Anita? Yes, I did Anita. And this is Les. Les. What sign? What sign? And again, about drama. So it like what's coming through, Les, is where can you rewrite a story or just reword it so that it's not showing up so dramatically, so that it feels like it's the chaos that we want, the beautiful divine feminine chaos, right? That is purposeful, not the chaos that we create, not the chaos that we resist. So where can you simplify it and open yourself up to the simplification? Let's see. I got to pull one more card for you, Les. Sorry, guys, but one more has to come through for Les. You just call into me. Oh, follow the leader. And this goes perfectly with this because it's right. Whoops. Being the leader of your thoughts, being the leader of your life, which I know we all do, and we're all doing our best at that. But, where can we tweak it a little bit? Where can we maybe allow in some simplicity? Okay. And Les says, perfect, as I'm letting another have all the drama as I sit and let it circle them and not me so much. Excellent. Validation then. So I'm going to say, ask for a sign for how you can simplify that story even more, right? About the other person having all the drama, right? Because guys, the stories that we tell and the stories that we've written and created and hold on to, they're not just stories about ourselves, they're stories about other people, right? We can have a story that we tell about somebody else that keeps them in the cycle for us, right? That perpetuates that pattern and that cycle for them. I had a conversation with someone the other day about a story with somebody that we have in common, and that I'm not perpetuating that story about them anymore. I'm changing that. I'm rewriting it. And that's our power, right? That's our ability as alchemists. And November, I dedicated November as the season of not November, sorry, fall. This fall that we're in, as a season of alchemy for my grown-up time out plus season that I'm in right now, about working with ourselves as alchemists, getting to know ourselves as alchemists, doing these things for ourselves as alchemists. And, that's how we're the alchemists, is by noticing these stories that perpetuate patterns, These are within ourselves, people outside of us, all around. So notice, guys, notice. Oh, and yep, Les says, keep it simple. I'm not going to say stupid because it's not. How about keep it simple, sacred? I like that better, right? I like that word. That S word feels better, right? And oh, I love you too, Les. And Kathleen says, oh, thank you, Kathleen. Love how you help others so sincerely and authentically. Yes. And you guys, really, even if a card isn't for you, you can listen and learn. And maybe that message will come back in the future. Right. It might pertain today, it might not. And you guys, you know what? Every time I do readings, whether it's one on one or whether it's in a group setting like this, I always get messages through the messages that I give you guys. I'm always, not every single one, but every once in a while it's like, ding, 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 Michele, that's for you too. Pay attention. And I do. So thank you all so much. I love you all. I appreciate you being here. And I just want to let you guys know that again, I'm not going to be doing any mailings from tomorrow till about the 4th of December. So if you need something, if you want something, let me know. Get it in today. You can message me. You don't have to go through the site. You can do that or message me, whatever's simplest, because we're all about the simple and the non-dramatic today, right? And this week and for the rest of the full moon cycle. So you can do that. And if you want a one-on-one session with me, please let me know. Go on my site. I've put my sessions on sale right now. Having a great sale. I had the most amazing connection through a synchronistic conversation with my daughter on Sunday with my ancestors, and had the most amazing experience with them during my sleep time on, Sunday evening and Monday morning. And it was just incredible. And it just helps me know how essential these connections are with our family and with our lineage and our spiritual team that's here to help us. And so I love to do that. I'm honored to do that. So if you want one of those readings, a session with me for mediumship or anything, whatever you need, now's the time. They're on sale. So go to my site and you can book directly through there. So thank you all so much. I love you. Have a beautiful time. If you're celebrating Thanksgiving tomorrow, in whatever way you're doing it, have a beautiful holiday and a weekend. And I love you all. See you later. Thank you.